Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. We got some mess to get into per usual, child. I'm sure you guys are all aware of all the madness that went down yesterday on Twitter surrounding Nicki Minaj and JT. Nicki Minaj did a 2-hour long Stationhead that sent the internet into a frenzy because people were speculating that Nicki might have been talking about JT. They were speculating that she might have been upset with the Barbs who were supporting JT's new mixtape release, thereby basically alerting people that there was some potential beef. Now, I'm not one to say I told you so, but y'all, I told y'all Nicki and JT were not on good terms anymore. I did a video on this on April 24th where I told y'all that Nicki was posting cryptic tweets that I felt like were about JT. And then I did another video on April 28th where I confirmed that there was beef between them based on one of Nicki's Stationhead lives. Y'all can go check out both of those videos. I will link them in the description below. But now it appears the Barbs are finally waking up and catching on after Nicki did a mass blocking and unfollowing on Twitter yesterday. And fans noticed that the people who were getting unfollowed and blocked were either hybrid fan accounts, aka Juvie Barb accounts, JT's fan base and Nicki's fan base merged, right? Or accounts that were claiming to be Barb's but were promoting JT heavy. This all went down during her Stationhead, where Nicki said a lot of cryptic things and had the Barbs convinced that Nicki was speaking about JT and even comparing JT to a wolf in sheep's clothing. Let's take a listen, and I'll be speaking with you guys throughout the recording because it is a bit of a lengthy recording.
Now, if you were tweeting in the last 24 hours, but is not in this thing to hear what I have to say, tell one, tell all. D'Amica's have started being kicked out, but I'm going to do all the kicking out first. You know what's interesting? What's interesting is if I went out and, I don't know, if I went on stage tomorrow and pinned a ball to my hair bun and then did a flip and then picked up a cracker and then dumped it in peanut butter, bitches would really start doing that.
So really quick, the Barbs thought that Nicki was talking about JT here and that basically Nicki could be claiming that JT was copying her in some way, possibly with like how she's doing her whole mixtape rollout, or you know how she's been dealing with her fan base and trying to build up her fan base, etc.
I have more. I have people to reward. People to reward who are smart barbs when I'm online and offline. Those are the only people being rewarded today. In addition, non-smart barbs, well, ask them what happens. You know, you have to wonder. There are people that I've been following for years. Multiple years. And you have to wonder how they never get unfollowed.
Okay, now Nicki is speaking here about her loyal Barbs, you know, the ones that she considers to be quote unquote smart. I actually got a call right at this point, so the recording did cut off for a quick second. But what Nicki said next was that there were a lot of pretenders that the quote-unquote non-smart Barbs were attaching themselves to, who they would be pretty shocked if they knew the truth about the things that they were saying behind closed doors. But they continue to play nice because it's a benefit to them to do so.
If you knew what they said about you behind closed doors, If you knew how often it's just one part of the schemes and scams, but Damikas always have to learn later. You know why? Well, when you learn, let us know. Don't delete. Don't delete. Just remember, just remember that you had an opportunity to be smart and you chose to be what? And now the smart Barbs and I will run off into the sunset, into the gardens full of pink flowers of all kinds. And we'll have so much fun laughing at you. Please question why a person goes from liking you to hating/obsessing, but you also have to question why a person would go from unliking you to loving you. Well, looks like I found out some things. And honey child, we about to have a story time. A story time. Well, once upon a time, there lived a person. The person we will call person. The best way to describe a lot of these people, not necessarily one person in the story. Let's put all the persons together. The best way to describe these persons is, have you ever seen Little Red Riding Hood? Isn't it that the one where the she thought the wolf was the grandmother? The wolf was in grandmother clothing or sheep's clothing. Be Lovely said so confused. You're confused because while someone is speaking, you're typing on your phone. Therefore, even if the information had got to your brain, it still would not have been able to process. And so the wolf disguised himself with a bonnet, right? A little bonnet, a little robe. And you couldn't see the teeth. So therefore, what is the purpose of disguising here? Now this is about 12th grade type of questions I'm gonna ask. So if you didn't make it to that point mentally, need not bother. Now, if the wolf thought that everything was fine and that they could be their true selves, they wouldn't hide. Because they know once they show their teeth, critical thinking would have left the girl to know that, well, wolves eat humans or whatever. And so let me run and scream. But there's a twist in this story. The wolf never went in the house. They realized it would be way too much trouble to hide those big teeth and scary eyes. And so they got someone else. And they said, hey, I know the rundown. I know how this person, etc. Here's what I want you to do, and here's what I want you to say. And then bring all of the apples that you find in there back to me. But, but, here's the thing. Who's, who's realer? The person who blatantly shows their teeth? Or the person who hides their teeth and keeps coming back and back and back? Who's realer? So, I am going to tell you guys a story when I get back. Critical thinkers only. You guys, who on here has made a TikTok to okay or to cute? Okay, Wally's Revenge said not yet. Okay. Well, I don't want to have to appoint smart barbs because you guys are all and should all be smart barbs.
Okay, so I just wanted to jump in here really quick and tell you guys that when Nicki's asking the Barbs right now to critically think, and she's asking them if any of them has made a video to okay or cute, she's talking about the song snippet that she had released or that she dropped on Twitter the day before. It was right after Cardi B was finished ranting, right? Nicki had went on Twitter and posted a snippet. It was around 10:30. And it was right before midnight, right before everything, all the music was supposed to drop, right? But a lot of the Barbs, they were not talking about that snippet. They were more concerned with JT's mixtape dropping or Cardi B crashing out on Joe Budden, right? So Nicki's snippet kind of got paid dust. So I honestly don't blame Nicki for being upset with her fans, because it's like, why would her fans not be posting or retweeting her new song snippet and talking about that, but instead they kept posting and reposting JT and, being concerned with JT's release.
Whenever someone retweets something onto my timeline, I can always tell when I see who they're retweeting. I always know it's going to be someone that is not followed, and that says a lot. And by the way, the Barbs are gearing up for leg 2 of our world tour. If you get unfollowed, please just exit stage left. We don't care. Nah, 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 nah. I don't care. Go. Political up your stinking ass. And y'all be falling for this dumb shit. Always pretending up under my shit, bitch. Unfollow and block them. And say goodbye. We don't care. Okay? Okay? The same way you can do what you want, so can I. Understand that? Who the y'all think y'all talking to or about? Not Autumn, not OTM. I don't give a flying. Is y'all okay? Y'all can do what y'all want. I could do what I want. Y'all could do what y'all want. I could do what I want. Y'all could do. Yeah. What's wrong with you? Hmm? You think somebody was gonna finna sit up there and care? If your mama didn't care, why should I? And she said, now you're free to do what the you want. You know, and you know I blocks for that, okay? And pardon me while I block someone else. Um, um, mm-mm-mm-mm.
Okay, now really quick, I just want to jump in here just to give you guys a little bit of context. Apparently there was a Barb by the name of Zai or Zay who Nicki is following or was following. He was posting about JT and her rollout, and when Nicki was on Stationhead and you know she was saying all of these things that had everybody thinking she was shading JT, this guy, I guess he was tuned into her Stationhead, right? He decided to post JT and say that he would still be streaming JT and supporting JT, and that he didn't care, and that he could basically do whatever he wanted to do. And needless to say, Nicki Minaj blocked him and then mocked him on her Stationhead live. And then this is what had fans even more convinced that Nicki was no longer in support of JT. Now, I will say this. I'm not surprised. Again, guys, y'all, if y'all are new here, then this is shocking to y'all. But if y'all are not new, then y'all already know that I already broke this info on this channel back in April 24th. Okay, the first, the original. Okay. And I've been keeping my eye on both Nicki and JT ever since I told you guys about this, right? And what I have personally noticed, just, you know, in my scrolling in my day-to-day, I've been noticing, you know, that JT was kind of like indirectly trying to show love to Nicki Minaj, right? So what I did notice that was that neither one of them really was like liking each other's posts anymore or showing love, right? After I broke that tea, I didn't see much interaction. But I do remember specifically one time after that, JT posted a picture of Rihanna, Nicki Minaj, and Beyonce in her Instagram story and called them the big three. Now, I can't find the Instagram story. Y'all know it's only 24 hours, and unfortunately, I didn't take a screenshot of it when I saw it. I was just, you know, scrolling, whatever. But I do remember it was like 3 weeks ago, right before JT released the cover art for her mixtape and began her mixtape rollout, right? So it was, for me, it was giving pandering a little bit, okay? Now, there is another theory that I have regarding this topic that I want to, you know, take a little bit further, but I'll have to save it for my next video so that this video won't be too long. But I definitely would like you guys to chime in on this topic below. Let's have a real conversation. Barbs especially, how do you guys feel about this? Let me know. I know I did see a few Barbs that were like expressing, you know, disdain, disappointment, sadness. There were a lot of Barbs that were still in denial about this even being about JT. How do you guys feel about this? Let me know. Please also subscribe to the channel on your way out so that y'all don't miss when I drop the next video with the next tea, okay? I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.